Hey guys, we've got a quick and very valuable video for you today. My retention agency Influx Labs recently worked with a food and beverage brand, and we actually added a 3 email flow that has generated an extra $50,000 and counting in monthly recurring revenue for them. And today I'm going to go over this exact flow, how to set it up, how you can do it for your brand with some examples. So let's get into it. So this flow is only 3 emails long, and we call it the window shoppers or potential purchasers flow. And essentially what it is a series of 3 emails that is sent to the segment of people on your email list who are considered the most active and the most likely to buy. So these 3 emails are all about pushing them over the edge, getting them to commit to a purchase by addressing objections, showing social proof, and giving an incentive. And basically, these are people who are already prepared and ready to buy, and they just need a little nudge to kind of push them over the edge. So this is the exact flow that we set up for one of our clients. There's 3 emails. The first email in this flow right now has a 44% open rate, 3.7% click rate, 1.4% placed order rate with about $27,000 generated. The second email has great open rate, click-through rate, and placed order rate as well with about $8,000 generated. And the third in the series has, again, a 41% open rate, 4% click-through rate with $12,400 generated. So this is working really well. This flow, or this revenue screenshot rather, is already outdated as well. So by now it's generated over $50,000. And yeah, this is the exact setup that we use to get these results. What I'm gonna do is first take you through the technical setup of this flow in Klaviyo, tell you exactly how to implement it within your Klaviyo account for your brand. And then I'm gonna actually show you, how we created it, as well as some examples of what it should look like, how to write it, and how to design it. So to start, the technical Klaviyo setup. So what you want to do, the main goal with this flow, is finding the people on your email list who are the warmest. So this means the people who are the most active and in turn the most likely to buy. So your warmest leads. So the way that we do that is actually by creating a segment. So this segment is called the potential purchasers or the window shoppers segment. And basically what we do is we take a bunch of metrics to see how active these people are on your website. So in this definition, there is people that have viewed your product at least twice in the last 30 days, or they've been active on your site at least twice in the last 30 days, or they've clicked an email at least twice in the last 30 days, and they haven't ordered before. So these are basically people who have not purchased from your brand, but they've been very curious at, looking through your products. They've been very active with, interacting with your brand and actually looking at your emails and your website and looking at products. So these are people who have obviously, kind of been browsing, window shopping, and just haven't yet made their decision to actually go through with the purchase. This is generally the blueprint for how we actually set up the segment, but you can also adjust the definitions of this segment based on how warm you want these leads to be. So for example, adjusting the days for a longer time frame. So say viewed product at least twice in the last 60 days. These people will be not as warm because they haven't interacted in this way as recently. But what this will do is actually increase the sample size. So there will be more people put into this segment. When you decrease the days, so viewed 2 times in the last 15 days, they will be warmer because they will have interacted more recently, but the sample size of this segment will actually decrease. You can also adjust the actions based on how deep they are in your sales funnel. So for example, obviously, viewed product is a bit deeper in the funnel than just clicked email or active on site. So if you want to play around with this and grab the people that are a bit deeper in your funnel, people that have viewed your products, people that have maybe added to cart, you can do that as well. And yeah, you can grab people at all different levels of your funnel and send them this flow. Once you have this segment set up, the actual trigger and filters for this flow are super simple. The trigger is just going to be when someone joins this segment, and the flow filters are going to be people who have not purchased since joining this flow and have not ever been in this flow before. So very simple for the setup. So once you have that technical setup ready and you have the segment all built out, it's time to actually get into the creation portion of these 3 emails to make sure that you get the concept right for them, the copyright and the design right, because this is the most important part. You can have all of this set up, but if your actual emails aren't very good, they're not going to convert. So I'm going to show you exactly what we did to make this brand $50,000 and how you can do the exact same for your brand with these 3 emails. So when it comes to actually creating the 3 emails for this window shoppers flow, the most important thing to take into account is the people that are going to be receiving these emails. So from the segment that we just made, what you understand about these people is that they're pretty interested in your brand, right? They've clicked your emails, they've viewed your site, they've even viewed some of your products. So it's safe to assume that they're pretty interested in what you're selling. So what your job is with these 3 emails is to get rid of any of the objections that they might have that are preventing them from buying, right? You want to remove whatever roadblock that they might have in their mind and just nudge them over the edge and get them to actually pull the trigger and make their purchase. So what we like to do, and honestly what we take into consideration with every single email campaign that we send out, is this equation. So this is Alex Hormozi's equation of value, and this is basically what all of us, just as humans, take into consideration when we're kind of thinking about purchasing something. So this is what is in the mind of your prospects. What they want to do is reach their dream outcome and have a high likelihood of achieving this outcome in the least amount of time possible with the least amount of effort and sacrifice possible. So what you want to do with your emails in general, and especially these 3 window shoppers emails, is 1, paint their dream outcome to be something that is going to be, amazing for them. They already have their dream outcome in their head, but definitely play it up and let them know that this is going to be worthwhile for them. You also want them to know that they're very, very likely of achieving this outcome, right? The dream outcome doesn't matter if they feel like you're not going to help get them there. So you want to make these 2 things seem as amazing and valuable as possible. And then there's 2 things that could potentially be dragging this down as well, right? They don't really care as much about the dream outcome if it's going to take them, years to accomplish. So they want to know that this is not only going to get them results, but it's going to get them results pretty quickly. And lastly, that they're not going to have to sacrifice a ton for this. So if you can make their dream outcome and perceived likelihood of achievement as high as possible with their time delay and their effort and sacrifice as low as possible, you're going to make your products infinitely more valuable. So keep this in mind as we go into these 3 emails, because these are the things that we're trying to do to have a window shoppers flow that's going to make $50,000 plus for your brand. I made an example of each of these 3 emails that you should be sending using a brand that I really like, Quip. So email 1 in this 3 email series isn't going to be all that aggressive, right? So these people, that they're interested in buying. So the first email, we're kind of just going to list the unique selling points and, show a bestseller of yours and let these people know that this is the right decision for them to make. So the way that we do this is by having a full email kind of showing your unique selling points and what is so great about your brand and what makes it stand out from all the other brands that they may be considering buying a similar product from. So first and foremost, the structure of this email is pretty simple, and this is going to be the structure that we use with all of our emails and all 3 emails in this flow. So what we do with the design is immediately make the important things come first, right? So the hierarchy of this email is going to be headline, subheader, and the button or call to action of this email. It's going to be on the screen right away, right? Nobody should ever have to scroll once they open an email to learn what the email is going to be about. So you want all of this right there, right away, which is called above the fold in email terms. So right here, you have good habits start here, ditch the old toothbrush, and the call to action, get it now. So right away, you're talking about a benefit, having good, healthy habits. And you have kind of a comparison here of ditch the old toothbrush so they know what you're selling immediately. So getting into it, what we have here is basically 3 unique selling points of the brand. And these are 3 things that really set it apart from everything else. So brush better, a little bit about how their toothbrushes are better than regular ones that you may have. Round out your routine, talks about how it's dentist approved, and will give you, a hygienic routine. Number 3, deliver to your door. It talks about the custom pack that they send you, and kind of how simple this is and how low effort it is to actually start this routine. So that's email 1. Again, not all that aggressive. And the purpose here is just to kind of say, hey, this is what we're selling. This is why it's better than other things that you may be interested in. Make your decision now. So that's the first email, low friction. And as we go through this, it'll kind of get a little bit more aggressive as we go through these emails. So that is email 1. Moving on to email 2, we need to kind of reflect back to this value equation that we have here. So the time delay and the effort that they're going to take to actually succeed in what they want to gain in their dream outcome. These two things are kind of what are preventing people from taking their action generally. So with email 2, what we're going to do is actually handle those objections by showing that their perceived likelihood of achievement is really high because people just like them have achieved their dream outcome in the past, and this is something that works for people. So email 2 is all about highlighting social proof and handling some of those objections. So immediately to start, over 10 million mouths and counting. Quip has helped millions of people, right? Their products are, in Walmart as well as having a giant e-com store. So they have a bunch of reviews to display. So I don't expect you guys to, have over 10 million customers with your brand. But any social proof that you can use is going to work in the same exact way. So if that's a couple 5-star reviews, if that's some user-generated content that you have, of customers using your products, if that is an article that your brand has gotten into, all of those things are equally valid and are going to work as social proof in your emails. So this email, that's what that's all about, is displaying these 5-star reviews, as well as giving a CTA saying upgrade your hygiene. So this is their dream outcome here. And then we're telling them how other people have achieved that. So 5-star review here. Quip is a total game changer. I didn't realize I was brushing the wrong way. Been using this for over a year now. It's worth the hype. These are 2 different objections right here that they're already handling, right? This is saying that, it's worth the hype and they're not wrong in thinking it's going to work for them. This one is saying that it's a game changer. And then it all seemed too good to be true, too easy to be useful, too perfect to be real, but it is all of those things, right? So these are 3 objections right here that it has handled for somebody. It's verified and they've given a 5-star review. So these reviews are going to do a whole lot for the objections that this person may have. So they feel a bit more convicted about actually purchasing here. And then to end it off, what we want to do is a risk reversal. So in the second email, we fill it with social proof, and then we finish with something that shows them that if they purchase and they somehow don't like it, even though all these people did, it's no skin off their back because they're going to be able to return it and get a full refund. So 30-day zero risk guarantee. If you don't absolutely love your Quip, we accept returns within 30 days of purchase. You'll get a full product cost refund if you use your own label. So right here, more pictures of people having success in using the product, and also complete risk reversal, right? They're saying that there's absolutely no risk if this doesn't work for you, below all of these examples of it working for people. So yeah, this email handles a lot of these objections here, and makes their perceived likelihood of achieving their dream outcome very high, which makes the product seem very valuable. So that's the second email. This usually gets a lot of sales. And yeah, we have one more email to go in this window shoppers flow. So email 3 is the final email that we have in this window shoppers flow. And it's basically the last ditch effort to get these people to make their decision. So what we'll do with this email is actually give an available discount. So we're not going to create a new discount for this email. What we're going to do is use a code, a promo that you guys already have, and just insert it into this email as some extra incentive to get these people to make their decision. So this is also this also kind of shows the importance of handling some objections, and we're going to actually do that in this email with more social proof. But the main point of this email is really the extra incentive. So these people have, not only been as interactive with your brand, as we've shown in the segment of people that we created, but they've also received these 2 emails that are fully focused on showing them why they should make their decision and handling any objections that they may have, and getting rid of any of those roadblocks that they may have about making the actual purchase. So what we're going to do with email 3, once they're kind of buttered up from these 2 emails that have handled their objections, is give them an incentive to actually purchase something exclusive, something that seems like, hey, if I was ever going to buy, now is the time when I have kind of an exclusive discount for it. So that's what we do here. Start a routine with extra savings, brushes, floss, mouthwash, and more for 15% off. So immediately, right away, we have this big call to action to give them the incentive, which is 15% off. And then once we've shown them that incentive, we go right back into objective handling mode with some more social proof and reviews from customers who have had success. So a healthier mouth is only a few clicks away. That's another example of lowering the effort and sacrifice that they have to actually achieve this outcome that they want. And then we fill this with a bunch of different reviews that are handling different objections. So perfect for travel, great support, might be another reason why someone was interested in buying, and this validates that. Quip is a great product, another 5-star review with, a long paragraph of things that it does great. Love my Quip. Another one talking about how it stands out from other toothbrushes. And then we finish off with this incentive again, take 15% off. Kind of just give them a reason to make their purchase now. Another thing that you could do is add a bit of urgency into this email, or even have a 4th email in this flow that was something like last chance for 15% off, and just add some urgency so that they feel like they should make their decision right here and right now. But yeah, that is the 3 emails that we created for a food and beverage brand to actually add an additional $50,000 and counting in recurring monthly revenue for them. And this is the exact setup that we used to do that. And if you used it for your brand, I can almost guarantee that it is going to work in a similar fashion. Yeah, guys, give this a go, and even feel free to take the structure of these emails and just swap it out with your brand assets, and follow this exact structure, these exact steps, and this exact segment and technical setup. Comment down below if you do this about how well it worked. And if you want this full document that I have here, so that you can keep it and kind of study it on your own time, all you're going to have to do is go down in the description below. I have a link to the lab newsletter. All you have to do is sign up for that, and it will send this exact document to the email that you choose instantly. So yeah, go down below and do that if you're interested. Guys, thanks for watching.